So, we had you going there, didn't you? You probably thought that our fake finale was the real finale since it's, been months since we last did this. Okay.
Most held cliffhanger ever since,
okay.
I don't know, everything.
Bit of insider.
I don't know too. I'm still incredibly shocked at the fact that that Gant turned out to be the bad guy.
I know, right? So yeah, bit of insider stuff here. Our original finale, while uploaded, apparently got deleted for some reason. I think it was a YouTube glitch or something that... Well, it was one that got rid of a lot of our stuff, only we didn't know it was gone. We assumed it was there, in the playlist still.
Anyway, the point is Phoenix is still in the tight spot.
They're Miss Skies. Miss Emma Skies.
What? They're mine? So I really did do it.
Say it ain't so, Emma. See, I told you it was conclusive. Objection! But this was found in your safe.
That's because I was guarding it for safekeeping.
That means it's possible you would forget. I don't know what you're talking about. Huh?
Me no.
I don't remember any cloth in my safe.
How convenient.
Do you really expect me to believe that? Objection! But... Give it up, Mr. Wright. It's over.
Oh, well, that's it. Game over. Okay, and so...
Game over. Return of Gant. Oh.
You shouldn't
And
have
so
presented
Nick lost his
that.
career.
By presenting that evidence,
You done goofed.
you tied Emma Sky to Neil Marshall's death.
Oops. Don't worry, Phoenix. You got that time turner on you, right? It appears we have our killer.
No!
Dun.
Everything hinged on that point. In the end, Lana was found guilty.
Great
Oh,
job,
oh,
dipshit.
Yeah, well. Oh.
Rewind time.
Yes, awesome.
I
Great
forgot.
job.
From
Okay,
which is
that's Ghost Trick. That's Ghost Trick.
Oh, okay.
Basically, too, in Ghost Trick, you know, the time reverse mechanic from Life is Strange was taken from Ghost Trick. And Ghost Trick has a similar thing where you can reverse time.
Oh,
So
not
there
only that, but Ghost
Great
Trick
job, John.
also... Not only that, but Ghost Trick also has... stop me if you heard this before. A girl with a ghost companion.
Yeah, like I said before, I genuinely believe Ghost Trick is the best Shoot-Takumi game, like point blank. It's better than Trials and Tribulations. Yeah.
Apparently, David Cage thinks the same as well.
But it's a Japanese game, and David Cage doesn't know anything about that.
Oh,
well.
But don't you see, Shiro? Since this attorney takes place not in Japan but in America, that's fine.
What is this Japan you talk about?
What's this music from anyway?
Ghost Trick.
Ghost Trick. It's a time reverse.
Oh, also, fun fact, Shoot-Takumi said himself that Ghost Trick also takes place in the same universe as Ace Attorney.
Oh, really? So there you go.
By extension, in the same one as Layton as well.
Well, in that case, I want Ace Attorney 7 or even 6 maybe to have characters from there. That would be awesome. Crossover now.
Does Ghost Trick have like magic in it?
Time travel
not
magic.
quite magic, but let's just say it has a bit something else. But I'll just say that for when we get to that game because
it's basically it's a time travel story, and that's about it.
Okay.
that's all you need to know for now. Reverse time.
Okay, there we go. We're back to the start.
All right, great joke, by the way.
Okay?
Oh.
Oh.
Hold it!
Yeah, Joe, there's a good job you stopped it when you did, because otherwise we'd have gone back to the beginning of the game.
Okay, trick time!
Awesome.
After all this...
I can imagine it now going wrong. Mr. Wright, you might have one tiny flaw in your plan.
Yeah, Dwibs, that's exactly what Ghost Trick is like. Literally, you can go to any point in time within a certain time frame and fix stuff.
I was gonna say, I can imagine the scenario, Mr. Wright. There's one tiny flaw with your plan.
What is it?
You sent us all the way back to the Stone Age!
Don't worry, we're speeding back forward now. So I can.
And then I'm picturing Caveman Phoenix and Caveman Edgeworth going "Oogaga," which is the objection in Caveman talk.
I can imagine the holy child. Oogaga!
That would be amazing, now wouldn't it?
So, I haven't seen like full episodes, but how about Red White's English?
Oh,
yeah,
Red White
English
is
is amazing.
fantastic in the
The
anime.
only thing I heard about is that he literally quotes the "Yes, we can" line from Obama.
We're gonna say, yes, we can. We're gonna say Bob the
Piece
Builder.
of evidence now.
Big whoop.
Sure,
Alright, here we go.
Big whoop. Barack Obama himself cameoed in Yokai Watch.
Okay, countdown time.
You will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries.
What do I do now? I better think this through carefully.
Joe,
I can't afford to make the wrong decision.
faster.
Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? I've got it.
No, yes.
So yeah, this is the Final Fantasy XIII
Your Honor?
solution, resulting in by doing
I don't have
absolutely
any
nothing.
evidence that I can present at this point in time. Oh, that reminds me,
Yeah,
Dreams, you owe me a
if we
cookie for
can-
last part. What?
Give me a-
You
stop-
lie!
Are you a what? Sorry.
You think if we can stop this by doing
Fate
nothing, then
changed.
Anyway,
we'll
just-
do nothing. Dun, da, 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 credits roll.
what was it? What did you say? Are you what?
You owe me a cookie because we didn't reference Final Fantasy XIII in the last part. You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside.
I'm
More like-
sorry.
more-
I don't
more
know
like-
what you're talking about.
The conclusive evidence.
Oh, I'm sorry, what was in your safe?
Ahem. I don't know what you're talking about.
Aha! I do it.
Yeah, it almost seems really like Phoenix used time travel to correct that stuff. Like,
Alright, why don't you show them?
show me your moves.
We found it together.
Lana, just shut the fuck up.
By the way, Jove, I just came up with the one case Phoenix Wright wouldn't be able to win. The case of us accusing the Sonic team of the stupid crime of changing the homing attack button to another button in Sonic Unleashed.
Well, remember, Pedro, he has a code of ethics. Do you think even he would try and defend that? What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture.
But look at this cliche.
See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area?
It looks like he was vomiting on his chest, or like more than bubbles coming out. It looks like part of it has been cut off for some reason. Wait, part of it is being cut. Use your apostrophes correctly.
You mean you had this in your safe?
Mr. Dwarf, why do I keep typos in my talking speeches? What? That means you, the chief of police,
Looks like Gant just dig himself into a corner.
concealing evidence?
And now that we're getting the...
This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department!
I can already see the gossip magazines.
My wife is going to love this.
Actually,
I guess we better be getting back to the present. Time to see what happens next in our story. And now a new present is born.
yep.
Impressive.
Let's just say, Theo, Ghost Trick is actually one of the better executed time travel plots ever.
To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, righto.
Righto, right?
Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer.
I could just shoot you.
I'll tell you what really happened.
Wouldn't that have been something? If it caught, they just shot the person.
What? You mean you admit to it?
Gather round the organ, kids. It's story time. I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana.
So I implanted a mind control device. Oh no, wait, wrong series.
So you really were manipulating her?
Yes, goody bully for you. I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, which it did, I must remind you all, then when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid.
Couldn't Lana just argue that it was an accident, though, considering the situation?
Too prideful. I told her to arrange all the evidence. Also, accident or not, then it would have been manslaughter, and well, knowing how the law system works in Ace Attorney, I guess she didn't want to take any chances. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Doc convicted.
His last name was Dark, to be fair.
Then we arranged the crime scene. I hid 2 pieces of evidence.
Your Honor, he just admitted that he had 2 pieces of evidence. Can we arrest him now?
No.
2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe?
Very good, Phoenix.
Reminds me of that bit in LA Noire where one guy said, yeah, I killed her, alright. I killed her dreams. And the way he said that, it looked like he admitted he killed her.
For insurance, of course. Better than Geico.
Car insurance?
Insurance?
It's always insurance.
Admiral Insurance.
I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed.
You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence?
Jesus Christ, you think fast. Who do you take me for? A fool? I didn't make.
He's too good at this.
I didn't make police chief by dumb luck.
No, we picked names out of a hat and yours came out.
See this
Please
jaw
scream to me,
fragment?
Doc,
I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe.
It looks like it says
blood
ETA.
off all the pieces. Naughty, naughty.
And she couldn't wipe away those spots.
Objection! But if you fabricated all the evidence, who's to say that you didn't fabricate the message on this jar too?
Thank you for helping, Edgy.
Ho 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 ho!
Who are you, Santa Claus?
The funny thing is that there's actually a Santa Claus Damon Gant sprite. Anyway, some people just don't know when to quit. That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth?
No, an insurance quote.
Come on, Righto. Cough it up already. I know you have it.
I forget, is this one of those cases where it is the right evidence, but if you present it at the wrong time, you're screwed?
Yeah.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright?
So you admit to it then, Chief Gant, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe. Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Most unorthodox.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself?
Yes.
Justice is served?
Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present.
Oh, come on, Mr. Wright. That's the wittiest retort you can come up with.
Fine, justice for all then. Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it before it was too late.
For your puns, Mr. Wright, with all your puns, I feel like going through trials and tribulations.
But The moment of truth has finally arrived.
I like fun.
The miracle is finally going to happen.
As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine.
We're doomed.
Well, the best packy bags.
Show evidence.
Show me a move.
No,
Yeah.
Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now.
Jesus, make up your mind. Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence.
Don't worry, Your Honor, you're gonna have quite a story to tell your grandkids after this.
The evidence shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall.
The badger. The badger.
The blue badger?
Yeah,
No.
the badge became sentient and murdered someone.
I can believe that.
Take that!
Maybe we could have
Let me
That'll be the
verify
we could
this
have
once
also a
more.
movie with Chucky and the Blue Badger.
On the
that'll
day
be-
of the
that'll-
crime,
That'll be the first case in Ace Attorney 7.
on the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest, correct? Oh yes! At last! You finally brought it out into the open!
There's a handprint on this piece of.
Precisely, Edgy dear boy.
Let me retake that. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth.
Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather. There must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly.
Yeah, basically, guys, the way they have to film these is they have to film them all in one go, so even if someone messes up, they still got to carry on.
It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence.
Merry
You're not
Christmas.
Santa Claus, mate.
You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Righto had all this time to present this evidence.
Hey?
Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be?
You hid it in your safe for years.
For good reason. You mean you already knew? You know whose fingerprints are on that?
Yes.
But Mr. Wright, do you really know?
Yes, I know. That's the problem.
Whoever the fingerprint belongs to must be the real murderer.
It turns out the culprit is Maya Fey. Dun,
Whose
dun, dun.
fingerprint are they?
Very well. I'll tell you. It should be okay
Oh, shit, the
now.
lights went off again.
Everything's
It is.
proceeding as predicted. Suck it, Light
Okay,
Yagami.
No, Joe, it's Mike
that-
Turner.
The person whom these fingerprints belong to are... Take
Mike
that!
Meekins. Emma? Emma Sky?
What? They're mine?
I'm sorry, Emma.
Well, shit. But why? Why didn't you tell me?
Emma, you kind of blurt
This
things
is
out. Oh! Oh! You're really something, righto! You knew this girl did it all along. And you still tried to pin the murder on me!
So it's true. Tragic, but true. Oh, and by the way, Mr. Wright, do you know withholding evidence is illegal?
About that,
Yes, and it's
This girl
illegal.
really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death.
that's you, Shiroi.
Hold it. How could you monster?
Yeah, how dare he tell the truth?
Everyone shaming publicly, pointing your finger at him.
How dare you do your job correctly? Get the
This,
fuck out.
this guy, he was doing his job, you dumb bitch.
You knew who those fingerprints. You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You acted like she really didn't.
Well, we're not done yet, Miss Guy.
Just to stick the knife in, Jesus. Phoenix an asshole.
Miss Sky, it's not over yet.
Guilty. Now it's over.
What?
I said this trial isn't over yet.
I'm the judge here. I decide when it's
Ha! But I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career
your life as well.
too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence.
So did you.
That, my friend, is a serious offense.
punishable by being shot with this gun.
The judge is already pulling the
I'm
trigger.
looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted.
I'm waiting for Phoenix to start smoking again.
I'll have your badge, boy.
Finally, the badge is useful for something.
I melt it down and use it as for my teeth.
What's the matter? Cat got your tongue.
Hold on, Your Honor. I thought you used dentures.
No, I meant for Gant.
Are you going to tell us how it feels?
No feels.
How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer.
That feels bad.
Feels. Them feels.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this
A
part.
lot.
Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up.
Yeah?
Oh, and what's that? How do you think Phoenix and the Judge will sound in the Ace Attorney Abridged anime? And, who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall?
Well, Phoenix will sound like you.
What?
And the Judge will probably sound like that. Chief Gant, you are absolutely right.
As soon as I get a good microphone that's suitable for those kind of shows.
This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask?
It was a best guy, wasn't it?
Was it?
We're going over this. Stay with us.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Really?
Possible, Guru.
You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. Don't you just love it when the suspense music is on my side? What? A contradiction?
Why can't any music be on my side for once?
What is
Well,
this
actually,
fool babbling
actually-
about?
Well,
Wait for trials and tribulations. Wait for trials and tribulations, Judge.
That and the investigation is one to an
I'm
extent.
talking about who killed the prosecutor. Who the real killer is.
But Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth,
Yes.
what could it possibly contradict?
Prepare to be amazed. Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here.
Now I can imagine Chief Gant doing a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth.
The badge!
Badge.
Sorry, not yet.
The blue badger.
Yeah.
It clearly is the key to
Maybe.
everything.
That file.
Yeah, there's a hidden camera in its eye.
And now I'm imagining, just like in Batman v Superman, someone from Ace Attorney 6 coming from the future. Phoenix, it's the Blue Badger. He's the key to all this. He's the key to all this.
And then it turns out that no, the Blue Badger was not the answer.
I can imagine now. Someone from the audience shouts, "Martha! Save Martha! No, it's Martha!
Save Maya. But you mean save
Take
Maya?
that!
Save Maya!"
And what exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it.
You better take a look at this cliche.
See where the piece of his vest was cut out?
All right.
Yes, his shirt is showing underneath.
So is it called Jordan?
It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though.
Exactly my point.
His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs no doubt were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Ew.
Ew.
Oh, gross.
Oh, but that piece of cloth.
Wait. There's no blood on it.
Done.
Ah! Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword! No, this is nonsense. This is madness.
It's not.
This is Phoenix!
Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something.
What?
Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Sky? Picked up the unconscious prosecutor like a coat and impaled him on the armored
put
sword.
him on a hook.
Yeah, like a coat hanger.
Oh boy.
Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. Then he broke the jar on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out that bloodless piece of the victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it?
I guess.
Through the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer!
Oh, the anvil of irony!
No!
Jesus God.
How do you like it when I bring down the thunder on you? It's finished.
No, it's not.
Objection!
Whoa!
You're grasping at straws.
I
will kill you, right?
That was
I will
close,
kill you where you
Rhino.
stand.
You almost had me.
Judge?
Sorry.
You started admitting to it.
But you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations.
With
What do you mean you refute his
Take
allegations?
more than that to defeat us.
You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence.
This
What?
is illegal, you know.
Just see what he means.
Order! Order! What nonsense is this?
I'm bringing in real-life law here. Illegal evidence cannot be used
Hey, no,
to convict a
hey, no
suspect.
fair. Hey, no
Okay.
fair. Operate under Ace Attorney law like everybody else.
Okay, who let Mad Pat enter in? Why? Please, let him out, please.
Earlier, O'Rito here concealed that piece of evidence. So then, what's your excuse, Rito? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you?
Maybe yes,
Your
maybe
Honor?
no.
I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
Yes, now your badge is gonna be under threat yet again.
You're getting ahead of yourself, Tibbs.
Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence.
You mean like the prosecution does often? At that
Yeah,
moment,
but they're the prosecution. They're the prosecution, so it's okay.
at that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be illegal evidence.
But that's not fair.
Life isn't fair, sweetie.
Did you actually think you could best me in court? It looks like the last laugh's on you, son.
Yes.
Damn, Stan,
Hey,
where'd you find it?
I actually built this court with my own hands.
Anyway, Jove, I just had a scary thought. What if Gant was about to die shortly after this case, and he used a spell like in Chucky where he put his soul into a blue badger?
Oh god. True.
He would haunt the police department forever.
True, illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person, assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal.
Hmm? Well, Mr. Wright?
Well, we have a judge here. Hey, Judgy, could you make it legal for us, please?
No.
It seems at last
Legalize it, 420.
Denied. Sit down.
the time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived.
Even to the player.
You
We need-
actually had a plan?
Oh yes.
Mr.
Well,
Wright,
we really
you can do it.
need... We really need a backup generator for the electricity in this building.
Yeah. That you purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of cloth?
Certainly, I refused to present evidence at one point. Aha! So the evidence is illegal!
What are you, 5? Calm down, dude. Let him finish.
Objection! No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Settle down now.
Yes, it is, Mr. Right. Yes, it is right. So,
Aw.
no, it isn't. Yes, it is.
Oh, yes, it is. Oh, no, it isn't.
It's not that I didn't present evidence then.
That's very fitting, Dwarves, because honestly, I could see Gant as a total pantomime villain.
It's that I couldn't.
What do you mean you couldn't?
There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence.
First take it out your pocket, then show it to everyone.
No, Ajay, don't listen to his lies.
Don't believe his lies.
Don't believe
He's
on
nothing
those
but a
lies.
coward. You can't let him
I'm
in.
Captain
Objection! There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial.
The shutting up of Damon Gant, I'll get some tape.
Is this evidence legal or not?
Duct tape.
Ooh,
Tape. Ooh.
it just works. So.
Very well. Let us settle this once and for all.
Oh, yeah.
Earlier, you refused to present evidence.
That I did.
If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now!
Gladly.
Present the evidence.
Take that! This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law.
Oh, great reading.
What's
Reading.
this?
Ding.
It's a book.
I've done my homework too, Chief. That's
Take
right.
a look.
I know all about what the real world can throw at me. Indeed,
Reading
Emma
rainbow.
Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth.
Well, of course he had to read it, he's a lawyer.
However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What?
If you would calm down and let me finish.
You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law.
You know, Pedro, Gant's quite rude.
I guess you think?
Yeah.
He never lets Phoenix finish anything.
Yes, Dwibs, the criminal genius murderer is indeed rude.
Well, remember, German, there's a TV trope called affably evil.
Well, he
where
started
they're-
off being affably evil before we started getting on his case. Now that we pretty much have him, you can see why he's being
showing
less
his true
polite.
colors.
It goes without saying, I did not have the approval of the police department for this evidence. Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case and trial. See, that's why most of Phoenix's evidence that he shows up right out of the blue works, because it's relevant to the trial. And here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance.
These rules are a bit too
Come on.
relaxed.
About that, Shiroi. Again, the only reason that Phoenix's evidence that he presents for most of these trials is legal is because of the second rule of evidence law, and that it must be relevant to the trial.
Right.
Between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What? What kind of nonsense is this? Legal matters.
Again, if you would let me finish.
You
This
want
is
relevancy?
legal.
Just take one look at this picture and... Objection! sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented?
That was shown only a few moments ago.
No. He's right. At the beginning of today's trial,
Right's always right.
that piece of cloth was still meaningless. He could have shown it, but he wasn't required to, technically. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. Say hello to the anvil of irony yet again.
Oh, this is glorious.
It hurts. You yourself confessed to a certain
Feel the
truth.
burn.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest.
Why are we in black and white?
Flashback, Your Honor.
Flashback.
Oh, yes.
That's how it works in Jap America.
No! No!
So you can you can actually say that Phoenix in this case downright played Damon Gant like a damn fiddle.
Oh, yes, I did. In fact, maybe I should go get out one of my string instruments. My piano!
No, Phoenix, don't!
No, guys, he played him like a
Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest
Cloth confirmed for Smash.
Damon Gant seal of approval.
is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer, and there's only one person who that could be.
Edgeworth.
Heh.
That
Damon
lamppost-
Gant? The killer was you!
Dun dun dun!
Oh, great. I think he's going to accuse me of stealing his,
Oh, of
his
course.
pose.
You're the weakest link. Goodbye.
It was you!
Oh god, dude. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Whereas,
This is an action-
yeah, Phoenix
Yeah.
is an actual character in this.
I guess you chose Wesker deliberately, Jova.
Because of the glasses. Got it! In a court of law!
Okay.
He's so awkward.
Merry Christmas again.
That's the fastest I have ever cut! I knew I
just had
should
an
have
aneurysm.
gotten rid of him. Ugh, my hands hurt a bit. That good for nothing scum!
Yep.
Well, technically that is correct.
For 2 years, he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me.
You're actually telling me that he was useful for something. You know?
Marshall is sort of the reason. Who knows? Well, what do you know? In the end, all characters had their purpose. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty.
It's done for a petty reason, but,
He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Star, then convinced Bruce Goodman. The bastard is actually smarter than he looks. Ugh. Detective Goodman?
Again.
Yeah, that's right.
We would have
That's
gotten
wrong.
We would have gotten Detective Phelps, but
Hey, Joe?
Oh, sorry. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, got to help.
That was before he took matters into his own hands.
by the way, Jova.
It was just in time. I was about to burp as well.
Out to.
Anyway,
Hey, Jova.
What?
What happened to Detective Phelps? Wasn't he on this case?
Wasn't he, like, dead by this time since we're in 2016?
No, they got better.
From
Is he a
aging.
character from the investigation games?
No,
No.
character from L.A. Noire.
Oh, okay.
Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report.
May as well call him Detective Good Guy.
I went with him to the evidence room, and all of a sudden he had to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman?
Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief?
Yeah, man.
We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered.
He told me to open up the evidence room and take it out.
Then you outrank him. It's not too late. I'll hand this to Marshall.
Well, to be honest, I was a little panicked too.
Hang on, you outrank him. Can you just tell him to piss off?
He took the vial, though, was the problem.
And also, it would have been suspectful in that case.
That's when I saw it. That accursed knife. He was stuck between a rock and a hard place. I couldn't just pull it out.
Again with the innuendo.
You had only increased the amount of blood, and you couldn't finish what you started.
Edgeworth, shut up, you're not helping.
Even so, the blood was just pouring out.
Okay, let's just remove that mental image.
I didn't know who might stumble in, so I was wiping it up.
Shut up!
I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my mistake. Stop smiling, Damon Gant. That's not helping.
Premature ejaculation.
And of course, it was on Detective Gumshoe's bloody handprint.
Hey, don't swear.
Of course, it just had to be on poor Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known
What's
as
it
the
with Americans and just
computer.
using the word bloody all the time?
But everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too
Wash your hands out,
nervous.
please.
Watch your language.
I had no business doing any of it.
No, you didn't, and that was an image we need
Then
to scrape
you
from
put
our
the
minds.
body in my car. I'm sorry, we couldn't think of any other way to move the body. And then you had to break the trunk on my car, too! We broke the trunk, but what's the big deal?
Well, excuse
You
me,
pulled down a lot more than us detectives.
What's the big deal? That was my car, you jackass.
So let's
Yeah,
see.
you
Blood on
motherfucker.
Gumshoe's locker and breaking Edgeworth's trunk car to use him as an unnecessary accomplice. You're horrible! How could you get Miss Sky involved in all this?
Which was honestly pretty smart considering the trouble Edgeworth was already in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's one reason why Damon Gant is quite possibly my favorite villain in the first game. I mean, he rivals Manfred von Karma. I mean, Manfred von Karma is menacing, but Damon Gant is incredibly calculating.
Well,
I'd say I prefer Gant because he actually thinks shit through, whereas Von Karma is just like, for the most part.
Oh
he's
no,
just
a
like,
lawyer ruined my
right,
perfect
right.
record.
Also, hey, Joe, you know, this also reminds me of, whether Von Karma or Gant's a better villain.
Right.
It reminds me of the debate that fans of The Shining have over who was the better Jack, the one from the movie or the one from the TV miniseries.
Yeah, admittedly, that is one point of contention. It seems
Because
I
I mean,
was-
with the movie, yeah, of course Jack Nicholson was going to be insane. He's Jack Nicholson.
So Damon Gant
Anyway.
admits that he's a better investigator of crimes than he is a committer. I've got to hand it to them. They did their jobs well, much to my
do?
dismay. Much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, what are you doing in court?
I'm prosecuting.
I know this one.
Me?
Justice.
I speak the truth.
You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me.
I speak
We're
the truth.
same.
All together now, guys, when Edgeworth starts speaking.
Yeah.
One day, you'll understand.
One day you will come and you will thank me for all that I've done.
If you want to take them on alone, you'll figure out
Gant,
what's
you might
needed.
actually be dead by that point.
Don't worry, I'll have a daughter. Or at least what a lot of people believe is my daughter.
Okay.
Someone I had with this girl named, I forget, Morgan Fay, I think it was. Well, it looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Audrey.
These villains are doing very well for themselves.
What?
Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date.
Oh, that puts a tear in my eye.
Sorry, old friend.
But he's entitled to his last meal.
True.
Wait.
Anyway, line time.
Don't you mean last phone call?
I'm sorry too, Damon Gant.
Nah, on death rows, and you get.
Yeah,
you know,
usually have
I
one
knew
Your
you
choice.
as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator.
I think you might get a phone call too, but I know you definitely get a meal.
And an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person of interest.
This reminds me
Those
though,
days are
Jova.
gone now, Aji. Thanks for all the memories, though.
This reminds me of something, Jova. Question:
Don't
Have you
worry,
seen?
you'll be fine.
Okay.
Now you have Righto here,
On the right,
and Worthy.
on the left.
Hmm.
I think.
These two around, you can't go wrong.
You sure?
Unless you're in a
Oh,
pole
they
justice.
caught me. You see, if I listen clearly, I can hear it right now.
What?
The sound of a new beginning, a better trial, a jury, and, yeah, just say hi to my daughter if you see her. She's named Pearl Fay. I don't know if you've ever heard of her. There are two things I want you to understand.
What?
Honestly, yeah.
First,
yeah.
your sister never hurt anyone.
And second, you're a cold, heartless bitch.
Second,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning.
Heard you're a con.
You
Yeah.
see, Miss Sky? You no longer have any reason to keep silent.
But I'm gonna keep silent anyway because fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything.
But just
Thank
before
you.
just before she could say it, she gets shot by someone.
By Gant on the way out.
Plot
All that
twist.
I've done these past 2 years. From the time I had Gant to help me forge evidence up until today.
Okay.
Hashtag thanks, dumb bitch.
So
Yeah,
It
what do we do
seems-
now?
it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I think they have anyway.
I have.
You can finally go home and rest, Judge.
Justice
Sorry,
concludes
Miss
as we are.
Guy. I couldn't get you out of all of your trouble.
Well, mainly because you got in it, so sorry.
Yep. Yeah.
Sounds well for a rookie.
What high standards you have. All the better to defend you with, my dear.
I can see why Mia thought so highly of you.
She did.
Apparently.
Who knows? A few years from now, you just might make it to the top.
But who knows what I'll have to defeat in order to get there. Well, he
Oh,
will.
don't worry. Oh my God, she. Oh God.
Oh my god, she has more than one facial expression.
Amazing!
It's like that scene in Family Adams 2 where Wednesday actually smiles and it's scary as fuck.
Miss
As for what Lana was saying, don't worry, honey. Just wait till it's Attorney 5, where everybody will treat Phoenix like a god.
And to you too instead.
In the meantime, Ace Attorney 3 has his rise to fame.
She looked really weird when she smiled.
Yes.
You suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few years.
Well, sure, it's been years since she smiled, so she's
New to it?
She's
Well,
out of practice,
rusty.
I guess.
Yeah, what are these muscles to come trapped?
I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you.
It
You
was
damn
nothing.
right, bitch.
Come on, Edgeworth, show that caring side of yours again. Liar.
Give him time.
Just hope he doesn't do anything drastic after this trial.
Yeah.
The pressure might break you.
Oh, the pressure's been just fine. I've just had to deal with an entire 2 years of a bad reputation. The pressure came pretty freaking close.
And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory.
It's like you rose from the ashes
Yes.
of defeat.
I let him win the case. But don't.
You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth.
Even though you're technically losing this trial.
I get it.
well.
Stop it! I only did my job.
What, lost?
Smile, Edgy.
Vi get tsundere.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on, that means I hate Edgeworth now.
He's
In
the
light of
ultimate
this case.
What WTF? I hate Edward now.
It seems a good self-exam us. Assuming we can examine, assuming Lana can examine herself at all. Miss Sky,
Yes, Your Honor?
get a personality for once. You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice.
Naughty, naughty.
A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date, and you are hereby stripped of your rank, and you will be forced to.
I understand, Your Honor.
To be fair, she hated her job.
Is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling? How are you smiling?
It's been a long time, Your Honor.
I can tell.
I can't stop smiling now. My face is stuck. Please help me.
A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains.
Well, I'm sure that's all the people from Mia's past I had to deal with now.
Yeah.
Well,
Hopefully.
it'll be a bit. Well, this trial has gone on far too long
Well,
already.
come on, I'm sure Mia only had one romantic relationship in her life with Lana.
Regarding the charge of murder, stop shipping, Mr. Wright. This court
Yeah.
finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky,
OTPs shall
Not
conquer the earth.
guilty.
Yay!
Hurrah!
Haru.
That is all. The court is adjourned.
Shall we play the trumpet theme?
Well,
No,
since
please.
No, we're gonna play a good trumpet theme, actually. Since it's the end of the final case.
Nice save, boys. Nice save.
Hit it, Cadenza! At long last, it's finally over.
What's this one? Is this a fan remix?
Crossover.
No, it's not from
No.
the crossover. It's from a soundtrack made by Cadenza.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Why the long
Well,
face?
we're gonna try it in the description might as well.
I'm sorry,
There's
your
a lot
sister
of,
didn't completely off the hook.
There's a lot of remix albums of this series, too.
Well, I can imagine.
But at least she wasn't convicted of a murder she didn't commit.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
Yes! Yes,
No,
it
that's
is.
not it.
Oh.
Just now, after the trial ended, she actually smiled. I can't believe it.
My eyes
No.
opened.
No way I can believe it.
I can see like... Oh, wait. I
Didn't we just see this like 30 seconds ago?
It's important, though.
We just saw this.
Yeah, we've already seen it. I can imagine Emma's putting on a sock puppet imitating her sister.
And you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days.
Funny.
You've done
Personally, I find this version to be not the best in terms of orchestration. It could have been a bit better.
You know,
Yeah.
I did my best too, but Lana didn't say a single word to me. I'm so underappreciated.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Yeah.
Oh. Guess I am. I'll come back later. Oh.
Ah, Detective Gumshoe! What is it?
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run all around while on duty.
No.
And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
Classic joke.
Hey, that enough, pals. I'm only kidding.
Whew.
Ha ha ha. Very funny.
One of my favorite.
Are you here because of my sister again?
No, not this time.
Really?
Oh.
What a twist.
I came today because of you, pal.
Aww.
Me?
That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone.
It's you from the future!
Oh no, I become a bit mopey.
Oh wait, no, that's just your
Lana!
sister.
Same thing.
Should you be doing this? She's
No,
still
not
under
really.
arrest, you know. And that could have not the good consequences with the lawman.
Hold on. Well,
Honestly,
will
I
tell
think
you
Gumshoe has nothing to lose at this point.
True.
Yeah, I won't tell. Yeah, keep an eye on the guards behind you. Emma, I have an I owe you an apology.
About fucking
Damn right,
time.
bitch.
About fucking
Yeah.
time. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it.
No.
Oh, no. She needs
No.
to grovel now.
Bitch, on your knees, now.
Shame. Shame.
That day, 2 years ago.
You just mentally scarred your sister forever.
Yeah. Was the first time in my life I ever panicked.
To be fair, I'd say
No
more
emotion
so.
whatsoever.
Oh, to be fair, I'd say Joe Dark did more so the scarring of Emma. And, like, to be fair, what Lana did was apparently to try and prevent Emma from getting scarred into thinking she was a murderer.
It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess.
And then Goodman had to die.
So I made a bigger mess.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Well done.
No cookie
Well,
for you.
It distracted everyone from your mess, so it kind of worked.
Sis.
Yep. Her intentions were all well and good, but she could have been less of a smug bitch about it.
Well, besides, remember, Shiro. By good intentions, so yeah.
Part of me wonders if there's some virus at the prosecutor's office that immediately infects you upon entry.
No, Jova, you're confusing this series with Mega
Is it
Man
like,
X.
Oh, Water admits she was wrong!
Both series belong to the same company.
I know, but I don't know.
Is it like all the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teachers always get into some kind of trouble?
Yeah.
I had to. It was the only way I could make it through that past 2 years.
So she put up the cold, harsh facade to sort of cope with betraying everyone.
Betray.
I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself.
I treat you like a princess, and now you betrayed me.
Because instead of taking, the sensible way out, I had to make it very convoluted.
But I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did.
And what I did was, I'm not going to mention it.
What I did made things a bit more complicated.
Mm-hmm.
I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours.
I'm
At least
doing
they
that.
have a soul.
I'm doing that right now.
I think she means your, hurt eyes.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
No, the ones when you get really big and watery.
Still not friendly.
You know,
as
anime
Maya's
protagonist eyes.
Yeah.
I was scared of how you'd react if you knew.
But sis, you were only doing it for me.
Huh. Selfish, but technically for someone else. Interesting.
Huh?
No. I turned my back on you, Dave.
Oh boy, now she's going emo.
Again.
Well, she's already got the attitude.
I'm such a terrible person. Oh, it's me. I'm not
Thanks.
worthy. I'm not
Thanks.
worthy of you.
You do not understand.
In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you.
Sis, please stop this. You're only
Yeah,
making,
thank you. Please stop.
you're only making at least two
Wait.
or three of the people here kind of not really like
You,
you.
Jack Black and his fucking octagon,
I'm
because it's
such a
time to
fool.
stop.
It took me all this time to realize it.
Okay. Realization time comes, and then we come to actually get out of it.
Phase
Emma.
1, denial. So now she's
Sorry.
overcome phase 1. Now only 4 more phases to go.
apologize.
But we're going to
Excuse me?
let her apologize.
Wait, no. I'm not doing that song. I'm happy now. Look, see? I'm smiling.
I'm happy now. I have a purpose.
Yes,
you
happy.
see, Emma, you're smiling because you're just hiding your crippling depression.
Of course. You know, sis,
Yes,
um,
Jova?
Yeah.
I always knew that one day you'd come back.
She has
Who
returned.
was too busy crying over that one
And
sister.
now you have. Oh, by the way, guys, take a good look. This is the last time you'll see me really happy for a while.
Yeah.
Oh,
Aww.
Friendship!
No one can change the past.
Already did that joke.
The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our past mistakes, you may ask?
because changing the future changes the past.
God damn it.
Because in doing so, we can find the way back to our path. And once
Phoenix,
we
you're
found
not-
our path,
Changing the future changes
See?
the past.
Are you quoting a song or something?
Phoenix,
we
I
can move on from our
appreciate
past
your...
mistakes towards a brighter future.
Phoenix, I appreciate your summation, but you're no Aristoteles.
At
Just
least that's
don't-
what I
don't.
felt looking at those two sisters make up.
Oh, okay.
Also, Phoenix, who are you, Alfred? Do you always have a speech every time we finish a case?
I just got such inspiration from seeing them reunite like that.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe.
Oh, even Gamshu is included. Me?
Yes, you helped.
Drinks for everybody!
Yay!
Except Lana, because you're going back to prison.
Thank you both for all that you've done.
Took a lot of sacrifice, and Gumshoe
reminds me,
may
by the
or may not be
time-
getting fired.
Which reminds me, by the time the Yamazaki stuff comes around, she's probably already out of jail, isn't she?
Probably.
I'm sure we'll meet again someday.
We'll
Yeah.
That is
again.
one issue with the Yamazaki trilogy ever since it started. They don't seem to want to address what happened to a lot of characters that people are asking about.
Oh, Gamshu!
Yes!
Oh, isn't that right, Hedgeworth?
Edgeworth?
I see you
Oh,
snooping.
Snooping as usual, I see.
Stop hiding and come over here.
How do you know I concealed myself underneath this?
Where was he hiding?
That face.
Your suit doesn't make good
No,
camouflage.
He's a
I
descendant. He's a descendant of the Trickmaster from
just
Pokemon
came-
Ruby.
Ahem. I just came to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. See, when I smile, it's cute. When you do it,
Right. Well, I'll be going now.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened.
We have to, otherwise there won't. Otherwise,
Actually,
how can the
doesn't-
story in the second game make any sense?
Actually, Lana, everybody here only blames one person, you. So
Well, poor Edgeworth, even
We were the
though
ones who acted corruptly, not you.
it kind of hurts knowing
We just decided to drag you into it all because we're asses like that.
Oh, great! No,
Too
Edgeworth
late
is
for
wangsting.
me.
It's,
Oh,
God,
to be fair,
it's spreading. No.
oh come
This is the
on,
most depressing ending for a video game.
oh come
ever.
on, Dweebs, give Edgeworth credit considering how he's had to
Shit,
go.
Roy, the
through.
only
I
reason
think
you
he
say that is
deserves
because you
it.
haven't seen Snake Eater's ending.
Yeah.
I realized that today I couldn't change from my mistakes.
It only took you this long to figure that one out.
Just you wait, Pedro. Keep that thought in mind for when we'll finish Prince of Persia in general.
Also, well, to be fair, you know, Edgeworth, was believing a lie for years. He
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, he was kind of
But, you know, I get
raised
the-
on that mentality.
I get the feeling that they just said that Gant just said that stuff to him because Takumi realized, oh shit, Edgeworth's not in most of Ace Attorney 2. What do I do? This.
Let's
Also-
break him.
Also, again, very impressive the fact that Von Karma managed to get these, his record streak despite these hinderings from the police department.
My guess is that Damon Gant, too. It's implied that Damon Gant and Manfred von Karma were friends. Well, we're friends. Not only that, but they may have been their own prosecutor and detective duo before Damon Gant became police chief. So, who knows?
So that's the plot twist, Joa. We were actually part of a League of Assassins and were led by Raj Al Ghul.
The difference is that Damon Gant truly believed that what he did was right, is what's established.
I could see
While Von Karma instead was just all about his ego and pride.
Yeah. Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. Oh, Edgeworth! Edgeworth, you think that's bad? You should remember your younger self and how much you were like your father figure.
Yeah.
Edgeworth, don't you understand?
We all did it together.
We're not doing that now.
Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma.
They were evil.
What an astute observation, Dwebs.
We're both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime.
Debatable.
Ironically,
crime.
Well, to be fair, undefeated, yeah, they technically were fighting crime, but
they both made
the same mistake.
They committed the crime.
You said in order to fight crime alone, one needs a weapon.
Yeah, a gun.
That may be right, but think back to today's trial.
But are you sure? Are you away from the mic or something? Because you sound a bit distant.
Yeah.
Oh.
Low volume.
You weren't alone.
Huh?
You were working together with Mr. Wright.
Ah, better. Much sounding better.
Okay. And because of that partnership, you were able to give evidence that...
So like I said, we all did it together.
Power of friendship.
The power is yours.
And that would have been a darn tootin' shame.
Isn't that right, Mr. Wright?
You've been waiting all trial day to make that one, haven't you? Huh? What? Yeah. What is this? A pop quiz?
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Pop quiz, how long to take you more onto that? Boom, thumbs up, you're dead.
Come on, Mr. Wright. Show him what Lana's talking about. And hey, at least we're not spending your money this time.
Evidence that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own.
The badger. The badger.
The blue badger.
Why is it always the blue badger?
It's a metaphor.
Of course.
It's metaphorical!
Because that thing will kill you in your
Yeah, no, she is right.
Sign on it.
Blue Badger OC, do not steal, please. By the way, Jova, has anyone tried to recreate the Blue Badger in Sonic Forces?
I don't know yet. Take that!
That's the picture I drew.
Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other.
How cute.
You need some work, though.
Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture.
That didn't just happen by chance, Edgeworth.
It was destiny. No.
It happened because you believed.
Yes.
It's time for me to go.
Yeah, he's not buying into this
sorry.
bullshit.
I don't really...
Take your weird friendship shit and go, please.
If you'll excuse me...
I have to vote for the next 6 months.
There are still some loose ends that need wrapping up.
Then as soon as he's in the room, he grabs a pillow and he goes...
Take care, Chief Prosecutor.
But I'm not the chief prosecutor.
Edgeworth, what will you do now?
Guess all I can do
And I
now is live my life one day at a time.
Well, whatever you do, just remember,
Always believe
We
it.
are
what
Groot.
happened in this trial can either make or break you as a prosecutor. But I'm sure it's
Believe
the
in the
making.
heart of your badge.
In the end, it's up to you.
Yeah, the power is yours.
The power is ours. The power is
know.
in
It
ours.
seems I owe you my thanks too, right? Again. But what I face now is my problem.
Yes. Some time off screen because Takubi can't think of what to do with me.
No, it's because he doesn't want you to lose to me too often. Farewell.
That too. If it was the same guy losing to Phoenix every time, there'd be no tension anymore.
Farewell, my turnabout.
Roll credits.
Farewell.
I'd better be getting back too.
My cell.
Okay, I'll come visit you.
It seems we both still have a lot to learn.
Yeah, don't worry. In a few
Some
years
of us
time
more
from
than
now,
others, but yeah.
Don't worry. In a few years from now, I'll actually be voiced by an American.
Here, this is a little something for you.
Yep.
I'll study.
Alcoholic-
There's gonna be a test.
Alcoholics Anonymous.
Alcoholics
Scientific
Anonymous.
investigation.
It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well.
Really?
Jesus, lady.
You couldn't have bought like Little Red Riding Hood or the
Yeah,
Phoenix.
like you're so boring when you needed the first one you ever bought was
I
that.
will.
I'm guessing before her parents would buy stuff, and then the first book she bought was on criminal investigation with her own money.
I suppose.
Also,
And so
considering-
another case comes to a close. As for the
Also,
sisters,
considering the kind of book that is, I mean, if it's the first book she ever bought, wouldn't it be incredibly outdated by now? Possibly.
Yeah.
it's meant to be a sign of love. With science.
I know, but it might not be useful.
And as for me, well, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself. Also, HD sprites before Ace Attorney HD was even a thing.
Yeah, I was but noticing that. Well, don't go trucking up just yet, pal.
Eh?
Ding.
Huh?
Ding.
What is it, detective?
There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor.
Eh?
You see, she is supposed to be out of jail like this, so...
Gonna take her back then.
Oh no, how did he get her out, though? I thought you said it was okay!
I lied.
Emma, I'm asking Gumshoe!
Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story.
Huh?
Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes.
On your salary.
Which the non-existent one. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either.
Again, on your salary.
It cost me like $20, and I only had 15 left. The other 5 still an eye on me.
Huh?
Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side.
A
So it
wild.
would seem.
Yeah, well, yeah, you see, Mr. Wright here is the one who'll be footing the bill. Of course, he cannot be he cannot be an ending when it's a funny game if Phoenix hasn't to pay something.
Wait,
Alright, here we go.
Say no.
Well, you think I could afford that with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal.
I was acting surprised. I thought you had made a breakthrough with your salary.
But he is broke.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
Phoenix, don't get
grief.
Don't get castrate on that line.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best.
Your patronage is most appreciated.
Why is it?
That my ears are ringing.
I suddenly feel like I want to scream, Show Takumi!
Dun, 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 dun,
To be
dun,
fair,
dun.
And then it cuts to the Seinfeld team.
To be fair, Phoenix, Yamazaki does this to you as well.
Anyway, since we're here, while we are all together,
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And I'll cry his name out when he does it.
Come on, guys. Let's go.
3, 2, 1. Objection!
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 Wonderful! And now for Ace Attorney on the Sega Genesis. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Do we get to actually blow away the things to make the credit?
We get to see the credits on cocaine.
So Lana, of course, arranged for someone in Europe.
I think Emma will be pleased. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office.
Oh well.
Still, I managed to find my way back to the field somehow. Besides, I hated that job anyway.
Yeah.
Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. She'll make a great scientific detective.
Something.
Oh, planning, Takeshi Yamazaki. Hi, Yamazaki.
Yeah. See guys, he was involved during the Takumi era. You guys say he just came in and wrecked everything.
That's just people
I
trying
thought
to
I was a
revise
gunner
history
for one
clips.
there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief office.
So he didn't get
They
arrested.
penalize you anymore and way worse than firing you. Yup, that's what they said. It just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easily.
So, in an act of pity, and the fact
They
that
just
Gumshoe
kept
helped
Gumshoe.
Unscovered, they didn't fire him.
That's also probably for the fact that they pay him a misery, so any replacement they will be forced to pay actually a decent salary.
Oh god. Someday when he becomes chief of police, maybe.
Someday. One man can dream. So who's next?
Mike
Oh,
Meekins,
Meekins.
where to go?
My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard.
To a fucking cactus.
My partner's been keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them though. Someday I'm gonna make detective. Yes, sir. Then I can be just like that Dick Gumshoe.
Great aspiration.
Oh, Gumshoe is one of their...
He can be just like Gumshoe. Poor.
The sad thing is that I think even he makes more money than
Sad,
Gumshoe.
depressed.
Everyone makes more money than Gumshoe.
You.
Oh, the Blue Badger. Okay.
That thing is so creepy.
Arms are
Oh.
meant to move that way.
Alright,
Oh,
okay.
It's dead. They killed it.
It'll be back, Shiroi. It always comes back.
It always does. It's like he's like Michael he's like Michael Myers, Shiroi. No matter how many times we kill him, he keeps coming back somehow for the power of laser writing.
Miss Star managed to sneak this into me. She's seeing one of the guards, it seems. Well, cowboy, it looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. You make sure Billy and the gang get their water?
It's a
Okay.
cactus, it doesn't need water that regularly.
Guess better safe than sorry.
Teo, you're
these
expecting him to be intelligent.
This motherfucker doesn't even know how to properly water a cactus.
Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while.
I'm not sure Marshall knows anything.
As a farewell gift, I put a new menu on the menu. The right way lunch. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory.
Yay, I'm gonna get a patent off of that, right?
There's a hot fella around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards.
What, is it spiky on the back end?
No, you taste defeat last.
Localization.
Localization.
And,
But hey, he did a good job. It's better than nothing.
yeah. Brandon
It's better
Gay
than nothing.
and
I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial.
Let's see, what was his name again? Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for
Well,
How many
he-
you-
to be fair,
Well,
he
anyway.
said he'd never forget what he
I've
said.
got another transmitter too, so I better be.
Yeah.
Oh no, I forgot my gavel. Sorry, gotta go.
there's actually a seat behind there.
Poor John.
Well, a good job it was the case, Jim. Otherwise, it'd be like whenever the judge stands, the seat's stuck to his ass.
And back then, the translation was done by a company named Brown.
Weren't these? I forgot. Just to be reiterated.
Oh, hi,
weren't these the same
Alexander
guys,
Smith from Final
weren't
Fantasy.
these? Yeah, weren't these the same guys who did Final Fantasy VII? Oh, alright, go ahead, Pedro.
Ah, nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing Nick saying his objections. Still, I get to go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium.
Maya! Afternoon training's about to begin!
Coming! Well, see you around, Nick. Wait, Nick
How
is
are
here?
you-
Then why the hell I was talking about him in person then? I thought...
Maybe they're using Skype.
That was a weird vision I just had. It's probably just too much in my
Even though
coffee.
Phoenix is using a very crap disguise.
Phoenix, you should cut down on the cocaine.
I got it. Phoenix is using a. Nick is
All
using a
that
pretty
cocaine
crap
in the
disguise.
credits.
I can see right through it, but she's just.
Look at that, so much cocaine in the credits.
No.
Jesus.
Actually, that's just sugar I put in my coffee. Ugh.
Oh, really? Too sugary for me.
Mr. Edgeworth.
That's actually pretty
Honestly,
good.
I just
now
think
it's
sugar is
all
enough
full
to get
green
Phoenix
again.
for the
Mr.
day.
Edgeworth, I brought you your tea. What's going on?
What's going on?
Does
Yeah,
everything
you know,
stop
I have
for
more than
tea?
enough tea to go around.
You know,
Did you
this coffee
say
was a
Vinay
bit
Matsukawa?
too strong. You know, maybe I shouldn't drink coffee anymore.
Leave that for a certain prosecutor.
That we're gonna see in the third game. Oh, here you go.
Thanks for
Oh,
coming
they're
to
not
see me
drinking
off.
tea?
I can't believe you're going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book.
Don't worry, I hear that there's plenty of good tutelage in Europe, to the point where girls...
How the hell am I going to get to Europe on a train?
Dude, that train takes you
Oh,
to
there's
the
a letter
seaport or
inside.
airport.
It's okay, we can just
it's-
travel by map.
It's a photo. How cute.
Aww. Those truly were happier days.
Yeah, I had a great time working at Olease.
And I guess that's it.
Yay.
Yep, that was an Capcom game.
And an app.
Well,
There's an app for that.
well, there's
Capcom.
an app for the Ace Attorney games now, so...
Yeah.
Yes.
So they should call them. They should make a new division called AppCom, made exclusively for when they port games to iOS or
Robot
Android.
Capcom.
Alright.
Now, a bit of trivia, there's of course the case art, except for Ace Attorney 5. That got made later for the iOS release, and here it is.
Huh.
Oh.
Alright then.
Yeah.
So-
And then Emma's looking confused, like, why has everyone got their backs to each other?
So
Yeah.
cool.
So,
What is
final
wrong with
thoughts?
you people?
Alright, time for our final thoughts, starting with Shiroi.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm surprised at how much I forgot the second time around. So it's probably a good thing, because it means I enjoyed it a lot more the second time around. Rise from the Ashes wasn't as long-winded as I remember. Thank you, Jova.
You're welcome.
The music, as always, is great, particularly the cornered theme.
Oh yeah.
Gotta love them typos.
Also, I'm surprised how well some of these characters are developed, considering this is the first game in the series, and
This is just a goofy ball of fun,
Absolutely.
really.
There's a lot of heart though. It's not just goofiness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alright.
That's it. All right.
Tio, you go next.
Yeah.
Sure, okay. Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I have to say, yeah, thanks to the pacing, I enjoy it much more this time around, especially because I remember distinctly, in our first round, our final thoughts were pretty much everyone saying, it's too long, the end, literally,
Yeah.
without explaining anything.
Yeah, I mean, we were about 10 parts away, and we were just like, get on with it.
Yeah, it's like I managed to shave off 11 parts when you think about it in comparison to our original
Wow.
playthrough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I have my problems with specific part as I talked about when they came around for each single case. Well, no, the first one is so simple enough it doesn't need. However, I still babes don't fall asleep again.
No, I'm just eating an apple.
However, again, I still enjoyed it. It's fun, it's quirky, it's innovative in gameplay wise. So it was nice enough.
Mm-hmm.
And a good start for the franchise.
Absolutely.
Next.
Pedro,
Go
or Dwibs.
Oh, me?
Dwibs.
Oh, me. Go ahead, Dwibs.
Sorry, this apple's so good. Yeah, again, bear in mind I usually just watch these games, not play them.
Yeah.
It's it was a fun game, although like the others, I do have some issues with this game's logic.
Well, remember, Dwibs, it's a game where you have to pay close attention to, and also know a bit of. Well, okay, you don't have to know about the wall system.
Keep in mind what you just said.
But,
The series has an issue with logic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone said to Dwibs, eat an apple and make you look like an arsehole.
Come on, Dwibs. Come on, Dwibs, go ahead. Keep going.
Game's good. Game is good. Have fun. Like the music. Bit of issues. The end.
Okay,
right.
Pedro.
You said be quick. So
yeah, but pretty much what Dwibs said. Like, I appreciate Chitakumi's ambitious game for the time, because this is a very hard game to write because of all the contradictions involved.
So much so that he actually. Oh, never mind. Go on.
Especially because this is only him writing this one, so it's kind of, and that's probably why sometimes the game does fall a bit under the weight of its own ambition. Fortunately, later games would have writing teams instead of just one writer, so they would improve upon that.
Speaking of writing teams, fun fact: Rise from the Ashes actually has more of a team too. But I'll go more into depth there later.
Oh, makes sense. Makes sense, since the logic of Rise of Ashes is better than, say, for example, the second case. All right, everybody, that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything all that groundbreaking to say. Go ahead, Jova.
My turn. Yeah, I have to say, I may not rave about Ace Attorney, but it's definitely one of my top favorite franchises. It's like, I remember the first time I ever played this first game. It's like I thought, it seemed interesting at first. I thought, but could a game about lawyers really be that amazing? Well, by darn it.
And now you reference it. Almost every other part of an LP.
well, to be fair, I toned down the references a lot more now, but back then I was just amazed. I mean, there was so much heart. And keep in mind, the first 4 cases practically almost looked the same that they did. That was packed into a Game Boy Advance pack, and it was only made by six people at the time. I mean, well, yeah, Ace Attorney still to this day is one of the ones that shows what a handheld could really do when you push it to its limits. And it's never been an exception to that. It's like, okay, the first case. Okay, of course the first case isn't regarded that highly when you compare it to what's yet to come. But as an introduction, the first case is an amazing tutorial by a lot of video gaming standards. Heck, even to this day. It grabs you by the heart, gets you into it, makes you laugh, and of course, just grabs you in. The moment the cornered theme plays, that's when I just knew, okay, I definitely have to look into this. And then by the time of the 4th case, I thought, okay, this series definitely deserves my attention. The first case is amazing. The second case is amazing up until that stupid ending with the whole list of people who committed suicide thing. That still doesn't make sense. That's one thing I will give the movie credit for. It thinks of a better resolution to the case, to that. But yeah, all the same though, the payoff is good. You know, getting Red White convicted, getting Maya as your new partner, taking on the offices. And by the time, it was a ballsy move to kill off Mia Fey, who was on the cover of the games. Well, for the Japanese and American covers anyway. The European covers, not so much.
Why are almost all our European covers of Japanese games the most boring?
I know, we got rid of the typos, we had the blandest covers, but we're just so uniform.
Apparently Japan thinks that the minimalistic approach works better with Europe than with America.
Go ahead, Jova.
But yeah.
We're simple, apparently.
Yeah, the 3rd case is the good start of a standard. Shows you how the standard cases goes. And introduces some characters who will later go on to be incredibly memorable. And who can fault it has a great villain who used to be a man but is now a woman. Already went into detail about that. And then comes the 4th case. I've seen an interview before, and Shutakumi says that in retrospect, when you think about it, Edgeworth could kind of be considered the protagonist of this game. I mean, when you think about it, yeah, of course, Phoenix is the main hero guy, but a lot of the story actually does focus on Edgeworth's development as a character and him getting out of it. Later games will be other people's stories, but yeah, I love how Case 4 is a perfect conclusion. I mean, don't get me wrong, Rise from the Ashes I love too, but I still give Turnabout Goodbyes just that little edge over it because it's amazing from start to finish pretty much, even in its silliest moments. And then, of course, came Rise from the Ashes, a wonderful addition. I mean, yes, it's long, but if you can get through that, it's still quite fun. It's got a great story, and again, shows Phoenix developing. Yeah, basically, and you know, this game is really good because this game is considered one of the best 3, as in, like, well, one of the top 3 games of the franchise, along with Ace Attorney 3 and Ace Attorney Investigations 2. That's no small feat. But don't worry, audience, that doesn't mean
Investigations 2 is already considered one of the best?
Well, ever since the fan localization, yeah. Well, it's like, well, I mean, people were talking highly about it before, but now that people can actually understand it, oh boy, let's just say you guys are in for some awesomeness with that. Like,
do I have to remember? I have a specific beginning for it.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll just tell you guys this. Cross-examine someone and an ice cream cone.
In fact, I don't think I've told Shiri about that yet, but go ahead, Jova.
But yes, basically, this has been a fantastic game. And, okay, audience, a bit of a tidbit here. For the next game, it's going to be a bit of a hybrid commentary. We'll explain more at the introduction, but let's just say you're in for a little bit of past meets future with Justice for All. See you then!
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.